take the rest off.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so fun, like, putting this group together. Like, obviously, you know, once we get into the real heat of battle, like, that's where, you know, those relationships are really going to show, of like how we stick together. And, you know, there's be highs, there's be lows, but so far, like, it's just been amazing.
What do you get when you mix a WNBA game, WWE level takedowns, and Caitlin Clark channeling her inner peacemaker? Just another day in the life of Sophie Cunningham, who got hit so hard the referees might file for workers' comp. But here's the twist: Caitlin Clark wasn't just watching. She jumped in like the ultimate teammate. And remember when Sophie said she's ready to scrap for her squad? Consider this her official audition for Fast and Furious 11, Elbow Drift.
Oh my God, Sophie's a dog. She just is, she's a competitor. She's versatile, so she allows us to do different things. Like, she plays with such a toughness. You know, she's huge, and she's going to be for us all season long. But what she brings from an energy standpoint, she raises the level of play of everybody around her as soon as she steps foot on the floor. Hell, even on the sideline. I mean, her communication, everything. You know, she's definitely an X factor.
The Washington Mystics, the WNBA's version of a group project where the plan is simple: play dirty and pray the refs are blind. On this fine day in basketball history, they ditched the basketballs and grabbed the brass knuckles like it was part of the playbook. But surprise, everyone noticed. Especially Sophie Cunningham, who found herself stuck in what felt less like a basketball game and more like a surprise episode of WWE, courtside chaos.
Fever should be allowed to just be hit and thrown to the ground or any of those things. She meant to shove her. There's no question. It was a non-basketball play, okay? That is clear. It was not within the realm of basketball. It was a shove. She was frustrated. She was upset. Or in the moment.
And guess who was right there in the middle of all that chaos? Caitlin Clark, basketball's unbothered queen of composure, the human highlight reel with ice in her veins. She stood shoulder to shoulder with Sophie, radiating that calm, unshakable, I got you energy. No fake sideline claps, no polite, you got this. She was locked in, ready for battle, the definition of a real one. But let's hit rewind on this chaos-soaked soap opera of a game, because the drama didn't tiptoe in. It kicked the doors open, grabbed a mic, and demanded the spotlight.
People that have been in the league 5 years, people that have been in the league, you know, 10 plus years, and having that balance, I think, is really going to help us. And have been around a lot of really good players, and she uses her voice a lot, but everybody really listens to her. So yeah, I think it's the perfect combo of people, and everybody's just really.
The Mystics rolled into this matchup like extras in a low-budget Gladiator reboot. All chaos, no choreography. Strategy? Optional. Elbows? Mandatory. And they were throwing them with Olympic-level precision. As for sportsmanship, that must have gotten lost somewhere between baggage claim and basic decency. What unfolded wasn't basketball, it was a street brawl with a scoreboard. Every time the ref so much as blinked, another mini melee broke out. You'd swear they were fighting over the last slice of pizza at a family reunion instead of battling for playoff positioning. Pure, unfiltered chaos, and they absolutely loved it.
I want to show the Fever a little something. But at the same time, that's not that out of the ordinary for my basketball watching life or even playing life, where people fight for position, somebody shoves the other person, and that's it. As long as the game is called appropriately and it doesn't get out of hand. Same thing with the Iriafen Cunningham thing. They're fighting for the ball. Iriafen loses it a bit, throws her to the floor. She got called for the foul. It is what it is, then you move on. So I just didn't see this as like some sort of bounty targeting, and that's what I mean by the egregious, I guess is a better word. Did she mean to shove her? Absolutely. Okay, guys? Absolutely meant to shove her. You can think of that what you want. You can process that what you want. I understand. You want to.
Sophie Cunningham, who apparently moonlights as a linebacker when she's not cashing in corner threes, found herself right in the center of what can only be described as an audition for Survivor, Elbow Island. And the Mystics? Oh, they delivered. Fouls came flying from every direction. Arms, shoulders, dreams, regrets, you name it. They were practically inventing new body parts just to keep the contact going. At one point, it felt like the refs were channeling their inner Oprah. You get a foul. You get a foul. Everybody gets a foul.
Gotta give some props to Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham. Man, she is stunning to look at, but her game was stunning tonight. She was balling out.
Meanwhile, Cunningham, clearly fighting for her life out there, was dodging elbows like a nightclub bouncer on a Saturday night. If she ever gets tired of basketball, WWE would have her signed by sunrise with all the body slams and suplexes happening around her. And then boom, the moment. Sophie gets tangled up with not one, but two Mystics players who suddenly develop collective amnesia about the existence of the basketball and focus solely on folding her like a lawn chair. The refs, probably too busy Googling how to spell flagrant, while pretending to study the Jumbotron in deep thought.
And we don't want to see her targeted. I mean, that's weird. Sophie Cunningham says we have a target on our back. What she means by that to me isn't just like somebody's coming to physically hit me, but it's both. It's we're the team that we're saying now, we're the team everybody's talking about. We're the team other teams want to prove something against. Sometimes that can go a little bit too far. Obviously, you don't want to see that happen with Caitlin Clark, but that's the overarching point where you've got vets there. You've got tough players there who aren't going to allow that to happen.
And Caitlin Clark, being the ultimate ride-or-die teammate, wasted no time stepping in, not with her fists, this isn't hockey after all, but with something far more lethal, class and composure. You could practically hear her inner monologue. Seriously? This is what y'all call defense. She gave Sophie that I got you look, the same one you give your best friend at brunch when someone dares to insult her outfit and you're already sharpening your verbal daggers. And of course, because Caitlin's a walking soundbite, we got the golden clip, her calmly backing Sophie with that trademark unbothered poise that practically whispered, "I'll drop 40 on you next game. Don't test me." Sure, she didn't literally say, "I just watched Sophie get mauled like a clearance rack cardigan on Black Friday," but the vibe was loud and crystal clear. And before anyone starts crying unintentional contact, let's roll the tape. Sophie Cunningham isn't new to the WNBA octagon, she's built for it. This is the same player who said in multiple interviews that she lives for contact, loves the fight, thrives in chaos. Somewhere in the archives she flat out said, "I'm here to go to war for my team." Well, congratulations to the Mystics. They picked the wrong day to test that policy.
It's just kind of who I am. I want to pour into my team as much as possible, and I'm pretty in tune with my body. I can read a room pretty well, and so when I see we're lacking a little bit, you got to step up. But if we're good, you're just there to encourage and give people confidence.
Now, cut to a chef's kiss vintage Sophie moment. Pure, not today Satan energy, grinning like a cat who just found the canary buffet. You can practically hear her saying, "You want to play physical? Cool. Let's dance." Which, translated from fluent competitor to fluent sarcasm, really means, I will knock you into next week and make it look accidental enough for plausible deniability. So yes, the Mystics might have started it, but Sophie didn't exactly RSVP with an apology. And if you're wondering, was this game dirty? Let's not sugarcoat it. This wasn't basketball, it was a demolition derby in jerseys. Every Mystics possession looked like a round of full-contact dodgeball minus the dodgeballs. Screens turned into shoves, drives turned into landmine simulations, and there was more pushing in the paint than at a clearance shoe sale 5 minutes before closing.